right, you guys, I am finishing up this app. Wish I would have started recording earlier, but we're here where we are. I just downloaded this image. I got ChatGPT to create this image, but I had to expand it with Canva. Um, and oh, now I was about to download it when I said I should be recording this. Boutique apps. Now these images are for the open graph and meta description images. These are for images, I should say portrait. These are what will be displayed when the app is shared. So whether it's a blog post, your website, or an app, you want to have these images. Otherwise, what happens is they choose if there's anything on your site to be shared with regards to an image. And if there is no image that it has access to use, then you're just going to have a text piece. Or like I said, if there's an image that you're not necessarily fond of and that's available, then that's what's going to be shown. So to make sure it's represented the way that you want represented, create an image and create the meta description image tags and the open graph tags. And using Replit, I have asked it already, could I just upload the images and it does this coding and everything for me? And it says, yes, perfect. Take your time, create the image, and I'll be ready to implement. Well, it looks like it's recording. I have the desktop and app, so sometimes it causes conflicts with each other. But anyway, I was using ChatGPT, the same one that I used for the code, the PRD, not necessarily. I didn't use the code. It will try to give you the code to feed Replit. If I had, I've been thinking about, I got hours of videos. I'm not going to post all of these videos. That one is important. I think that is in the first video, though. It would make sense that it's in the first video because the conversation was about how should I best deliver you this code in order for it to have the most successful experience. Because ChatGPT will try to have you micromanage. Oh, this is it. But I ain't messing with this. I was just going to show you all of the videos that I recorded about this, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just move forward, please, and upload these images. I just downloaded them from Canva, so all of them are right here. This one is a little, oh, I need to do this one again. All right, so you will see it because what happened is I didn't save it after I expanded the image. So let me show you how that's done. Of course, I'll go ahead and put this up and put this one up. The colors are slightly different, but it's okay. And now let's go back into Canva and let's see. Let me see if, oh, I did not save that file. So I probably just gotta do this number here and do this number again 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 and do this number again. And now you see how it was before I expanded. Let's see if it goes back before I, as far as it goes. Doggone it. All right, so maybe it is saved. Let's see. Let's see exactly how Canva works. Let's go home to my designs. There it is. Well, I don't know why. Let's try something. That's the expanded view right there. Let me put, I did put landscape, okay. I don't know what happened this time. In any case, we have it. Let's upload it to Replit. So let me tell you what I'm about to do. I'm going to start a challenge next week. What's today? Yeah, next week. You might not believe the challenge. $100 million challenge. Countdown to 100 million in 100 days. I know. Describe your idea. I don't know. It just seems like 1 million is too easy, too low of stakes. Because here's the challenge. Every day, all right, where do I begin? I have 400 domain names, just 400 plus, 400 in Cloudflare alone. Just sitting there, because I work on all these different things. So they sitting there waiting for me to do something with, like I finally did with this one. So I'm going to cut the ridiculousness and do something with these domain names that are going to cost me every year for 400 plus domain names. The challenge is every day for 100 days, I will post a video working on an app, okay, English teacher, working on an app based on these domain names. And you guys get to pick which domain name is next. I hadn't figured out how that goes yet. Maybe I'll copy, I don't know, 10, 20 of them, just post them, paste them. Oh yeah, I can figure that out. Just paste them, and you guys comment until I do something more formal. Maybe I give it to a VA and have them create a poll. But at the very least, I'll just post it and you comment on which one you want me to do next, and that's the one I'll do. Matter of fact, you see this app I'm working on right now? This kind of what made me come up with the idea. I'll run the domain through this. Oh, that would really be cool. I'll run the domain through the app. Now the question is, am I going to use the idea from the app, or suppose I got my own idea? Because some of these domains I bought, I had my own ideas about what I wanted to do with it. So that remains to be seen. But anyway, I will be running it through the app though, that I just created. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I'm working on. And if you're here for another video, then you already know that. All right. So I guess for the sake of the new people who may come across this at some point in the future, yeah, $100 million challenge, 100 days, post every single day of me working on an app that is related to a domain that I own. Now, I may actually buy some domain names because there are some things that I wanted to do for other people, some projects I want to do for other people. And here's the thing, I'm inviting you guys to come on the challenge with me. And so, oh, and guess what? You'll have access to this app. You'll have some free access to this app, put it that way. In case you don't have a full scope of ideas on what to do with an app for that domain. I think this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun. Just think about it. As of right now, you don't know what these domains are. You get to choose to see what I'm going to work on. You get to see how this app works. You get to participate if you want to. By the way, in order to use this for free, you must create a YouTube channel. You need to document your journey just like I am. That's what I do all of this with, except for the fact that I love the idea. This is part of my passion, and it's been part of something that I wanted to do is help other people. Is to get rich and help other people become financially stable, actually thrive financially as well. So this is a great opportunity to do that. And that's what we got going on. So basically for right now, let's test out this app. No need for Firebase. Perfect. I can see your 3 open graph images. Now I'll implement with proper open graph meta tags access across your application. I need to copy the images. Let's just see if this thing is done. So, and then the other thing, if you guys are just visitors, you're going to learn how to use this as well. But obviously, the best way to learn how to use this is to actually take action. I mean, there's a big part. There's many parts to this. Part is making myself focus on one thing so that I can make money. Because I can make the money, but I'm so easily distracted. I go in so many different directions. But if I publicly announce this and have some of you guys watching, but even more so now, if you guys are on the challenge with me, now it's not just me and it's a group and it's something, to look forward to being a part of and growing that family and that bond among people who went on this journey with me for 100 days. This is just a beautiful thing. So, I don't care if it's 10 people that watch, but if it's 10 people that's on the challenge, it's worth it. It's just worth it. All right, let's go. Uh, I found it's easier to expand this window and do it out here. That's what I'm going to say. Tell us about your app idea. I'm going to say, I'm going to go over here till I have a business. What kind of app? Nah, I'm going to do the app idea. Matter of fact, this is one of the app ideas. Let me save this. And I'm not going to select any of this. Actually, I need it. Social media. No, let's put social media. The AI recommended target platform. And let's see what it says. Have some type of way that the user know when he clicks that button that things are happening. Great app content, here's what we found. Revolutionize how influencers monetize their content by turning vanity valuable online courses. Turning vanity into valuable online courses. Matter of fact, yeah, it could give ideas as well to what kind of courses could be created. Who wouldn't want a masterclass on how to perfect the duck face pose? Man, that thing is, I don't know why y'all do that. Oh my God, it looks so stupid to me. Anyway, encourage the creation of niche courses like the art of brunch photography or 101 ways to filter your lunch. Provide a new life path for those who weren't aware that they could be educators, all thanks to their impeccably filtered avocado toast shots. Create a passive income stream for users through affiliate marketing, because who doesn't want to get rich while sleeping or pretending to pose in the field? All right, y'all. So I want you guys feedback. Do you like this type of response in this pre-analysis page? Because here's what happened actually. This used to be straight up 100% just serious, similar information, but just more serious nature. But what I told AI was, listen, it may be people that come through with ideas, or actually it may be people who just come through to play to play to play with the system to experience it. Now this stuff costs a little bit of money every time it's used. That's why there has to be a charge at some point. And the hope is that enough people will pay for the next level that it pays for all of the usage. But what I told AI was, if someone does come through with a ridiculous idea, because they're obviously just playing to see what kind of response they get, evaluate it and go ahead and use it as a chance to to joke around and be coy and use sarcasm, but give a serious evaluation. Make it hard for them to wonder if you're being serious or not. Flip it around on them is what I told the AI. I said, be funny, be humorous. It can include sarcasm, but at the same time, give such a good application of analysis of that thing that they're like, wait a minute, is this thing serious? And it's so compelling that they still might just pay for the development just to see the rest of the details about what are we actually building here? Something could be built around this. So I thought that was cute, but somewhere lost in the communication, I see that it's actually applied that same thing to every submission, not just the ones that seem ridiculous. So my question is, do you like this, or do you think it should be more serious? Do you like this type of response where they're obviously being coy and humorous, or should it be more serious in order for it to be taken serious? This app is perfect for the Instagram aficionados who have mastered the art of selfie. And you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I think this might be a little too much. People are not going to take it serious. But anyway, let's move on for right now. So what happens is this gives you all this so you'll know what you could expect if you are to pay the $5 for the next stage. And again, we need something here to let the user know that something is happening in the background. So we're going to give that to Replit in the code once I finish testing this. So as you can see, also there is a credit available toward the cost of producing the app should you want the app produced. But we still haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, but you don't get the cost until you pay. Now you can either pay $5 to get instant access, or you can share it. And as soon as someone signs up, that's the catch though. Somebody has to sign up using your link in order for that to unlock this. Or you can invite them by email. Same thing. Somebody has to actually sign up in order for it to unlock it. So you can do that. Contact them, tell them, hey, go ahead on and check this thing out and sign up so I can get this free analysis result. Or you can just pay $5. And here's the thing. With the $5, you see the cost of Instagram course generator and affiliate manager of the app, the time frame, the projected number of team members, that would vary on who's doing the app. But that's because each one is assigned a specific role and it's itemized as far as the cost. Key features, Instagram, post analysis, AI course suggestion and creation, multi-tier course structure, affiliate link integration, user dashboard. Recommendations, market viability. The market for this, let's call it niche, but with a potential niche with a potential twist of Instagram influence of gold mine. I'd say it is niche, yes, true, but it's a huge total addressable market. We call that TAM. Especially maybe not so much in the USA, but I think I come up with the idea mostly because, like in the Dominican Republic, very few people got websites. They all use Instagram to promote their business and stuff like that. Technical requirements, integration with Instagram's API, AI, ML, model development, so content analysis. Now here you see an option to, basically this is going to flag, that may not be the best word to use because you think of it as a negative thing, but it's basically going to flag, notify the admin that you're interested in getting this app developed and possibly as quick as possible. It says rapid deployment development request. But here is what you really need to know, and we need to make this, well, that'll be stated in any marketing, but this is a full PRD in case you want to go anywhere and get it done yourself or try it yourself. Now, I haven't had a chance to see what this looks like after I implemented this, so I'm about to find out with you how this looks. Core functionality, Instagram post analysis, AI core suggestion, technical requirements, integration with, this is weeks. This is not enough for me. This is not enough for me. This is not enough. Back end and infrastructure, integration with AI, front end, responsive design to, this is not enough. The PRD provides everything you need to start building your app. Take this detailed specification to a modern development platform and start creating. Pro tip, try Replit for DIY development, the entire platform. This entire platform was built, I can't read, was built on Replit, a powerful cloud-based development environment. Try Replit free, copy, complete PRD. So here, this is my affiliate link to Replit, which I don't get paid, I just get credit for using Replit. And this one, you just copy the PRD so that you can take it anywhere else that you want to take it. But let's see how this works. Because like I said, this is my first time trying it as well. Okay, takes you right over. Okay, great. That's how it's supposed to work. Now, copy this. Let's see how that works. Copy to your clipboard. Oh, dog, I just erased my... Don't look at that. I think I just erased my job. Yeah. But at least we know that works. This is the whole PRD. Oh, wait a minute. So when you copy it, now you're getting the good stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, this is different. Team structure and roles need the market viability analysis in the PRD. All right, phase one, foundation, phase two. Oh, okay, so this is the PRD in case you're taking it to a developer. Review and approve this PRD, set up development environment, begin phase one. So AI analysis should be revised by technical stakeholders before implementation. Good. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this and we'll find out. Not just have my opinion, but it would help. 16 weeks. Now, why is it saying the total cost is $35,200 when the budget? Oh, that's the budget range. What did this say before? Cost breakdown: 15 to 25. That's 21. That's 37. That's 55. Whoa, doggone it, I'm gonna close the window, man. You're doing too much over here. So there's several things that I need to do. But first of all, let me go over here to ChatGPT and say, so this right here, I was just figuring out, you know, the possible usage and overrun and, you know, trying to make sure. I'm gonna close that one too, man. Trying to make sure that I won't possibly go into the negative. All right, let's find this thing. by giving away as much time as I'm giving away on using this app. AI integration app. Like, was that it? That's not it. Oh, it's under here. Oh, it is under there. This is an app. I already started working on this app. Didn't finish it. No, this is not. Oh, maybe I didn't close it. Oh, that's it. It's still open. Okay, my bad. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, so Reddit is supposed to be preparing a PRD for me to give to the users of the app if they pay for the results of the analysis. I'm not so sure that this PRD is sufficient in order to take to, let's say, Bolt to use in order to start working on this app, because that's what I'm saying. I'm like, with this PRD, take this PRD to the developer of your choice, or to a no code of your choice, or to Bolt, which there's a link to Bolt, and you can start working on the app yourself, or have a developer start working on it. So when you tell me you're ready, I'm going to paste in this PRD, and I want you to take a look at it and give me feedback on it. So I'm going to use that feedback to tell Replit that, okay, great, thanks, this looks good. Or I'm going to tell Replit, this PRD is not sufficient. It needs to be enhanced or better done with these changes. And you tell me the changes that need to be done and what details it needs to include. And remember, Replit does not want you to try to micromanage it and give it code suggestions on how to accomplish things. They just want to know what the app does, how you expect it to work. They want to know what it does, what it's about, not how to make it do that. That part they like to don't try to micromanage it or be its programmer. That's not how it's designed to work. Did y'all get that? So I'm going to post this, and like I said, for it to tell me when it's ready for me to paste the PRD that it's going to evaluate. So guys, well, what I'm doing is, I know this is just not a video. I'm also showing you, for you new guys, how to use ChatGPT and how to use Replit at the same time, because I'll be going back and forth. See, it says perfect, I'm ready when you are. Now, could I have just pasted it? Yes. But, you know, the more you segment things, then the less likely it is for things to get mixed up and convoluted. Let's see. And I'm also going to say, give me uh, instructions on how to tell Replit to properly evaluate the cost structure of an app. This is a solid start, but if your goal is to hand this off to a no-code builder, I think I clicked it twice. I clicked that button twice and it stopped it. this loom affects how these buttons respond, especially if it's depending on how close they are to the button. Now, all right, this is exactly what I was getting ready to say. When you use these projects, and maybe especially for me because I already got the message that my memory is full, but when you use these projects for you stay in a thread for a long time, then it's going to start doing this. And I'm using, you can't tell it right here, but I'm using my project that's called Business Ideas and Strategy. And although this says email integration for SaaS, that's how I started this particular thread. And that tells you how long I've been in it, because I went from that to another idea, and then another idea, and then another idea, and then I ended up here working on the app. Look a little dingy in the picture, don't I? I do got the light on. Let's see if we can get some sunlight in here. Is it any better? Clear overview of the app's purpose and goals. Well-organized structure that includes technical requirements, phases, and risks. Okay. Bolt. I know code to, did I say Bolt? I meant to say Replit. If you watch video number 1, you'll see that I have been using Bolt. I use it for this, and I'm stuck here. I use it for this. Actually, this is what I'm reviewing right now. And I may have, I can't wait to test that. That might be why I keep having problems. But this is the latest AI quoting app with some, oh, this is the exact same project that I did. I got tired of trying to get this to work over here in Bolt, and I brought it over here to Replit. So that's how this happened. And for me, as of right now, I find using Firebase with Replit easier than using Superbase with Bolt. But we'll find out during this 100-day challenge. I'm definitely, I'm not just going to stay with Replit. 100% of the time. At least, no, between now and when it starts, I will definitely review my process with Bolt. For this app, I actually went head to head with Lovable. I don't think I ever posted that video, but I started here with Lovable and Bolt at the same time. And although I liked Lovable's design better, I got further quicker with Bolt, and so I ended up sticking with Bolt. And I got into that little hackathon. No, I didn't get, I kept having complications at the end. So I know it's not going to win anything, but I got in it. And this is something I want to encourage others to do, is to just go for it. And with this last thing, let's see what's happening now. with the challenge. It's about being consistent. I can't brag about being consistent myself, and that's another part of the challenge. It's like holding my own self accountable. If you guys are watching, if right many of you come along to watch, then I'm going to be just make it easier for me to stick with the program. Because left to my own accord, I know how easy it is for me to get distracted, and then I talk to other people. I'm a problem solver, and I like helping people. So it's easy for me to get distracted by what I see and what I think I can fix or improve, and I start working on other things. And so here we are. What's good in the current PRD? High level clarity, humor and personality, development timeline, phase breakdown, areas that need work before handoff, unclear inputs and user journeys. That's what I'm talking about. What does the user upload or input to trigger Instagram analysis? Are they pasting URLs, uploading CSVs, connecting their account? That's what I'm thinking, connecting their account with the OAuth. What happens after they get course suggestion? Can they edit it, download it, publish it somewhere? Suggestion 2. Suggestion, add 1 or 2 sample user stories. Like, as a creator, I want to connect my Instagram account so the system can analyze my last 30 posts and suggest a 5-module course suggestion. I don't know how would that work. Oh, I could just ask the user to missing data models, key tables. See, Replit doesn't want that. At least Bolt doesn't want that. Undefined market section, market potential, target audience, undefined, but these matter a lot when handling this all to freelance builders and no-code platform. We need to understand why. Why do you need to understand why? Onboarding conversion features, suggestions. Okay. Okay. No UI mockup or references, even a simple wireframe sketch or mention similar tools. So, all right. So it's going to have to give me, for number 4, UX mockup reference. We're going to have to use something that's universal, like the default is to say, choose the most applicable, popular, trending UX mockup as a reference. Because I imagine in most cases, the person who uses this is not someone who is familiar with all this stuff. So it needs to be usable for someone who is not tech savvy. Think about it. It's for people who want to do the no coding. Most of them are going to be not tech savvy. And that's the purpose for an app like this, is to eliminate, make it better for them, not make it a headache. So undefined access rules, where all users have the same access level. All right, this is what I'm going to do. All right. Okay. So this is what I want you to do now. This is what I want you to take into account. This app in which Replit will use this for is designed for people who are going to have limited knowledge, insight, familiarity, or experience with coding, building apps, possibly even technology itself. The people I want to help the most may be new to using AI. Some of them don't even use ChatGPT. If the people I want to get involved, okay? So with that in mind, they're not going to know how to answer some of these questions that I understand you're saying is required. For example, no UX mockups or reference. They're not going to know how to do that. So what I want you to do, like for the instance with number 4, is to just give it a universal, acceptable replacement for that. For example, for number 4, they're not going to necessarily have, now if they do have a custom fine. But we want to have the verbiage included in the prompt to create the PRD that makes up for the situations where it doesn't get that explicit direction. So we're going to say, in the event that you don't get directions to do something different, then create a user interface or mockup that is that uses what's popular, common, trending, high conversion as a reference. You see what I'm saying? So that's an example for number 4 for undefined market selection. And the same is true for all of these in which the person may not. Now, I guess you say the prompt could prompt the user so that it takes in the prompt the user questions, and so that the answer to these questions would fill in these numbers. But you know, I'm leery of it because at that point, it becomes a bit cumbersome, and they may not give complete responses, which would likely be worse than just not answering at all and allowing the default substitute to be used as to create the PRD, if that makes sense. I don't want them to mess around and that way answer these questions. And then the result of that is going to be something that they end up not satisfied with. Does that make sense? Areas that need work beforehand are unclear inputs and user journeys. Now, if there are 1 or 2 questions that is very, very useful to ask in order to understand how the app might work, because I'm pretty sure, again, these people are not being tech savvy. I mean, you have to go through this process many times to actually think about all of the things. You know, you're not even going to think of all the things. So if there are some 3 questions that is so important, that's so useful to ask in order to get some insight about how the app works, then give me those questions. So, you know, hopefully you understand where I am, what I'm trying to get, what I'm trying to do. Give me what I need in order to use as a prompt in order to get the best PRD we can, you know, with what we're working with, which is a person who's going to be limited in knowledge and sophistication and technology. I mean, if they're not, then they already know to provide the stuff. But if they are limited, like I think, and I hope a lot of people will be, because I want to introduce them to something that's simple to use and easy to use and move forward with, then we need to have this actually be something that benefits them. Hey guys, so if you know, I mean, for best practice, my suggestion is to do all I just did in a Word document. Open a Word document, click on the microphone, and record it, because ChatGPT might lose. Okay, whew, it did not lose it, thank goodness. But sometimes it does, and it may be just be mine because of, like I said, all my memory is full. But in Word, you can go here, you can click on this microphone that says dictate, and it's going to record all of this stuff just like ChatGPT is doing, and then you can copy it and take it over to ChatGPT. You can even summarize it before you take it over there. But I wouldn't summarize it before I take it over there. I would take it over there raw and let ChatGPT summarize it if it's going to be summarized. Or more so, just use every word that you say and then process it accordingly. So let's see what we get. This is going to be cool. Man, I'm so glad it didn't destroy all of this. And I think in this app, once I get this straightened out and a couple more things, then maybe I'll have it so that you can speak it instead of typing it. simple terms. This is this is going to be a long 100 days. Yes, I completely understand what you're trying to do because, man, it's going to be draining. Just think about. Hopefully, some of you guys, the truck drivers, just think about when you're just rolling along and you hit a traffic jam en route. That's what it's like. I'm coding because just like your expectations are, you hear people talking about no code, no code, no code. It's just a pretty much laid back, easy day. You get in the truck, you got to go from point A to point B. Maybe you cross one city that doesn't even have a real rush hour. And you're like, oh man, this is the easy one. I look forward to this. This is going to be a cool day. Lo and behold, you're not even in that little town and you had to cross you before you get to the town. But there's an accident and you held up for 2 hours. It's draining. When you run into mistakes and you have a little difficulty trying to figure it out, the progress stops and you're going around in circles. Now, to be honest with you, I'm very impressed with Replit. I hadn't used Replit in a few months. I've been using Bolt and Lovable and doing other stuff. I didn't have any issues with Replit was that had me going around in circles. The issues that I encountered, then most of them, Replit says there's an error. I'm going to attempt fixing it, doing this and that and the other, and it fixed it. I think it might have been a couple of times where I had to click something before it tried to fix it. Maybe if I'm not getting it mixed up with Bolt. But man, I'm impressed with all of the levels that I went through with this app, and it pushed through there, crunched the code, and made it work to the best of my knowledge. I haven't actually tested every little thing, probably. I've been doing a lot of talking today. I'm actually ready to take a nap. This is going to be a fun challenge, though. It's going to be interesting, majorly interesting. 100 days. 100 days. So I got to pre-program my mind now. That's nothing. 100 days is nothing. 100 days to 100, just 100 days. That number is attached to what? 100 million? What's 100 days? If I had to walk barefooted on rocks for 100 days for 100 million, shouldn't I be able to do that? 100 million? How many people, how long it take people to reach 100 million? What percentage of people reach 100 million? So yeah, 100 days, what's that? Nothing. It's not even a third of a year for 100 million. But suppose you don't reach it. So what? Suppose it's 10%. 3 million? That's not worth it either? Come on. Y'all better come on and join me, man. Come on and join me. Suppose it's 1%. 300,000 in 100 days? Are you currently making 100,000 a month? I say, let's go. 100 million in 100 days. I hope 100 people join me. That means we looking at 300, a third of a billion, almost. Let's say a quarter of a billion if all of us reach the goal. And then we pool together 10 million and do something big. Man, it says it completely understands what I'm trying to do, but it can't move forward. 405. The Dow has jumped 500 points in the S&P. There we go. You're designing a system to empower non-technical people to describe a dream app without overwhelming them or requiring them to know how apps are built. Yes, that's right. Your goal restated. You want a bulletproof, beginner safe prompt that handles gaps automatically with smart defaults like user interface, audience, doesn't break or become incomplete if the user doesn't know what to say. Keeps the output clean, helpful, and satisfying, even if the user only gives a basic idea. Only asks for input when it's truly worth it and doesn't make the process feel overwhelming or like an interview. My strategy for you, I'm going to give you one. A ready to use prompt that you or your system can send to the GPT to generate a PRD. It includes automatic fallbacks for all the common undefined areas. It uses your tone, positive, helpful, a little playful. A short list of only 3 questions that are worth asking, even to a beginner, before generating the PRD. The prompt for use in Replit, GPT-40, or any automated flow instructions to GPT. You are a professional product requirements writer with a background in user interface, AI tools, and no code development. Your job is to create a complete, clear PRD for a beginner user who may have limited or no technical experience. User input provided an idea, technical requirements, security database. All right, I know how to fix that. I'm going to tell Replit, take these suggestions and use what is necessary in order for you to operate efficiently. For what's not necessary, just exempt. For example, it says technical requirements for a database. I don't know if you truly need those, need or prefer the technical requirements for, wait a minute. Oh, you're providing that. Okay, yeah. So I don't want it to include that in the PRD if they're going to turn around and use Replit to build the app if Replit doesn't want that in this PRD. Does that make sense of what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going to, all right, so let me ask. No, I'm going to ask before I even do this. That's what I'm going to do. That's the easiest, simplest way. 3 simple questions to ask first, optional but powerful. If you're going to ask a user anything before generating PRD, make it only these 3. What do you want? That's the same thing I was thinking. Yeah, true. What do you want your app to do? Example, I want to turn my Instagram post into an online course. Who is this for? Example, people who want to make money from what they, not really just from what they know, but what they have posted content about. Because I don't, some people get ridiculous with AI. They think AI knows stuff that's in their head. uh, like know what's in your head. What kind of result or outcome should it give users? Yeah, that's good. You can even present these like a fun fill in the blank in your interface. I want to build an app that helps people. It's mainly for people who. The app should give users blank. They leave off any of these blank, that's fine. The PRD prompt above will use defaults and keep things moving. This is excellent. Now, so do you guys see how I'm using ChatGPT in order to, you know, polish off my thought process and improve my thoughts, organize my thoughts, fluff out my thoughts, expand my thoughts, you know, get ideas even. This is what ChatGPT, all of them are good for. Large language models and AI, this is what it's good for. This is what it's best used for by the average person. Because you can do this about anything. You can do this about what you should be eating based on the idea that you want to lose such and such amount of pounds. And, all different types of things. You hate your job. This is the job. You've been doing it for this amount of time. You're this many years old. You like these types of things. What is it that you could get from your job that you could build upon in order to go in what direction? In what direction can you go with those skills? And based on what you like and what you like to do, what direction could you go and enjoyably? Does that make sense? So anyway, I digress. Oh, all right. What did I say I was gonna do? All right. I need to ask Replit. I think everything else is good, but when it comes to technical requirements for doing a no code, okay, I have a question. When doing a no code project, do you prefer getting technical suggestions such as which tables to create in the database? Or do you prefer to only leave technical suggestions out of the PRD? Yeah. Well, there was another associated question that I had. What was it? Let's see what it says to this. I recommend a hybrid approach that includes technical suggestions but present them in a business-friendly language. Here's my preferred approach for no-code PRDs. Include technical details but make them accessible. Yes, include database structure because even no-code platforms need data organization. Helps non-technical stakeholders understand what information the app will store. Prevents scope creep by clarifying data requirements up front. Makes handoff to developers smooth with scaling beyond no code, but present them like this. Okay, yeah, this is what right. Oh, instead of, right, that's exactly what, okay. See, in regular language, like these are the things. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take this, because I should have did this first, actually. I'm going to start here where it says, for no-code projects, I recommend a hybrid approach that includes technical suggestions, but, and notice it's doing what it likes. So it's saying, here's examples. It's giving you an example of what's good, an example of what's bad. And when you're asking AI to do things for you, that always improves the results when you can give an example. That's why even ChatGPT had said earlier that when we're creating the PRD, that it's best to give an example. But so now I'm going to say, okay, just to make sure all of us was on the same page, me, you, and Replit, I just asked Replit what its preference was for how it receives instruction for building an app. And so I'm going to paste in what Replit's response was in order for you to make any adjustments to what we're going to take back to Replit based upon Replit's answer to that question. Did I tell you the question? The question was, to what degree you want technical suggestions and a person gives you the PRD to build an app. And it was meticulous in the way that it responded and gave some examples of how it said, yes, I want them, but in a certain way. And it gave examples of how it wants them and how it doesn't want them. So, you know, when we tell it to create a PRD, then we also want to instructed to create the PRD in a way in which is most useful for the person to take back to Replit, because that's where we are suggesting that it takes it because of the success that we've had with Replit. If that doesn't make sense, then tell me to ask questions you need to ask in order to make sense of what I'm saying, or ask me to reframe my statement. Now, I should have said, now tell me when to paste in what Replit gave me. I'll be glad when this is over because this thread is too long and it's taking this thing too long to respond and everything. And of course, it has all of the context for what I'm doing, so I don't want to just jump somewhere else and pick up. Your explanation makes perfect sense. You're saying you asked Replit what kind of PRD input it prefers, especially regarding technical suggestions. Replit responded with specific structure it likes. Certain types of technical input are welcome. Others, micromanagement, because I didn't tell you about that before, or overly prescriptive design are not. That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. No, we've been going an hour now. Is it finished? Okay. When you are. Go ahead and paste Replit's full response now. Ready when you are. Okay, great. Absolutely. This is a smart thing to do. So, this is, in a sense, something that could be called as fine tuning the prompt indirectly. I'm not fine tuning the prompt for ChatGPT here, but I'm using ChatGPT to help me fine tune the prompt that I will give Replit. Does that make sense? But, you know, you would also want to find, it's always the case that you get better performance, better output, closer to what you desire by being as specific as you can, actually taking time to think about what it is you're trying to get and fine tuning the prompt in order to get that as much as you need to come close as possible to something that is in line with what you're trying to get from the ChatGPT or whatever LLM you're using. Bullish. Who is bullish? Bullish plans to go public. I don't even know what bullish is. 706, that's Atlanta. All right, let's see what we got here. Perfect. Thank you for sharing. We can definitely optimize the prompt for PRD generation to match Replit's expectations and accommodations. Accommodate beginner users. Here's what we'll do next. Hour and 13 minutes, huh? feel the ground shaking. I'm trying to scroll down. It's not letting me scroll down right now. This means it's still doing stuff. Hour and 14 minutes over here. You can't see that, but showing an hour and 14 minutes. I'm getting ready to pop it off in a minute. I guess once I paste this in Replit. So this makes all the difference. I mean, I stated it earlier in a different, more convoluted way, I guess, but this makes all the difference in the type of results you get from using these things. The more clear you can get on what it is that you're actually trying to get and accomplish, then the better job you can do at instructing it on how to deliver that, or on what you want detail, so it can determine how to deliver it and what to deliver. You know, here's the exact prompt. You or a user can paste into ChatGPT or your GPT wrapper to generate a Replit friendly PRD, even if the user is a total beginner. Paste this. Now, I need to save this somewhere so that anytime that I could, as a matter of fact, for these apps that I'm about to build, I need to use this framework in order to create all of my PRDs, so that is best practice for Replit. And then I need to do the same thing for each platform, because the platforms may vary a little bit. All right, so what we need to do is we need to make sure that Replit wrap our mind around this now. Remember, the app is going to provide the user with a PRD. So the app needs to ask these questions in order to create this PRD for the user. Which means, what was I getting ready to ask Replit the reason I came over here in the first place? Oh, no, I know what happened. I wanted to get some input from ChatGPT on what things to ask for the PRD. But then, of course, ChatGPT very detailed in responding, and it doesn't really know what Replit likes or not. So I took it over here to get a general idea of the things to ask. And then I found out for Replit, hey, what are the things that you, how do you want to be asked to code? Then I found out. Now I'm going to took it back to GPT to make sure that it gave me the requirements for the PID in a proper way. Let me know if you want this turned to a mini GPT. Yeah. And now we're going to give it back to Replit. And we're going to say, for all of the PRD, we're going to say, now you give this to ChatGPT, or give this to, because you know I'm using the OpenAI API, which is ChatGPT's brain, or access to the brain. So we're going to tell Replit this. Okay. So when you are asking questions to create a PRD, use this as a template. If this is beautiful and well, all right, I need to stop playing. If this is done well and you agree with it, great. We're on the same page. If this is not in line with your preference for what for how to receive a PRD, then tell me what you disagree with. But if it is, but if following this makes sense to help you get an excellent PRD and create an excellent PRD for the user of the app, then use this to get information to create the PRD. Because it needs to ask the person who's using this thing these questions too in order to create the PRD that it is going to take. Now I'm going to do what's called giving it context. Now, this is meta level assessing because remember, we are suggesting they take the PRD to Replit to use. So I want to give them the best possible PRD to take to Replit for a successful and enjoyable experience. When you are ready, I will paste the instructions. Let's see. Because remember, we have our nuances. Like we're not just saying ask the user the questions to create a PRD. We're saying the user may not know how to answer some of the questions that you might need. So in that case, do this. So you might say, why you ain't just tell Replit to do the thing? And because I had to work out all of these nuances. It says, perfect. I'm ready to review your PRD creation template. This is exactly the kind of strategic thinking we need, creating PRDs that will set users up for success when they take them to Replit. I completely agree with your approach. Meta level optimization. We're not just creating any PRD. We're creating one specifically optimized for Replit development. That's right. That's right. He says, ready? Now let's give it to him. Oh, it's in this thing. I'm creating an app, but I'm not technical. is excellent and perfectly aligned with what we need. I can, oh, okay, whatever. Yes, sir. Let's go. Great. I hope I'm still recording because this is, oh man, it stopped. This is excellent. Great. Yes. Let's go. All right, so this is stopped. Apparently, let's get a screenshot of this. Let's get a screenshot of this because I'm not going back. And now let's stop it. Oh, it is going. 126. Okay, great. You guys get to see all of this. Great. But this thing does stop after a certain amount of time, so I'm just going to stop it right here. It's a good place to stop anyway, and we'll continue on the other side. Peace. Y'all get in this challenge, man.